EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the Chicago Bears. Now the big leg of Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And off we go to wrap up the week on a Monday night. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first. 2nd down now. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to block.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. Muscles him off. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw pulled in by Robinson here. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found it.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys right up the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, right. Hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Not a lot of headway on that carry, but when you're dealing with a defensive line that can cover up your center, sometimes you got to think about getting out of that play. Not going to be a lot of space when that happens.
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Damian Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%, only because they still have some tough games to come, and keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well. Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Hines. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities going forward.
Working with his 2nd and 4. Now Mon.
Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Here's Mon.
The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 38-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 35 on 2nd down. Mon. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 16. They'll try the left side. Hines. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Mon looks to throw.
This to Hines on the drop-off. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Prater's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Flush to his right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
On first down, Herbert. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Here's Fields.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Once more, Montgomery.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
David Montgomery.
His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. But ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, a rested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, it should be in.
And it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
And the Bears are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, it's Montgomery. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. That'll be caught downfield by Bird. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Read option, here's Montgomery. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Running with Montgomery from the pistol. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. So stuff from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. 17-3 the score as we resume action for the second half on EA Sports. Nwangu now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Hines. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Mon going to throw it.
And that is incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
3rd and 2, Fields. They'll get this into the hands of Bird. And he will have the Bears first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And he'll take this from one 47-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
One play action, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
And oh, he coughed it up, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Looking at it from the defense's perspective, they could have really used the football to try to start eating into this deficit.
Yeah, because now possession's so crucial at this stage of the game. And when you've got an opportunity to hop on a turnover and you don't get it, you can feel the frustration all the way up here.
And the offense, they're living right now. Another bounce and break that goes their way.
Now this throw caught left side. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Cohen gets it again on 2nd.
And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Mond. Johnson's got it complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Mond. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mond. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a 1st down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. 3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. Colin Johnson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Desperados are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Prater for the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Fields off the bootleg. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. Not much there, only a yard.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Here's Fields. And this one is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. It's Hines, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Mon. They're going for it. Going deep for Hopkins. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And a play there on 4th and long.
On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to fourth down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. He's at the 30. 10. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown.
And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth-quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost it forever.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll look to throw. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last kick.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Play action. It's Fields. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been excellent. 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And certainly starting to appear that they might finally be about to suffer that first loss of the season. What a heck of a run through 3 months, though, but they trail big here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Probably wishing that they could have had a few runs like that earlier in the game, now facing this deficit in the 4th.
Hard to criticize a run of that magnitude, but they really need those types of runs to go the distance and need bigger plays to try and get back into this one.
Mond's throw taken in by Chark.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
On 1st down, here's Mond.
Going deep for Hopkins. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. They'll start things on 1st with Torrey Cohen. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. The tackle there by Brian Poole.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Herbert. And they're going to get the 1st out here as he's up to the 14.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now a give, right side. Herbert, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Bears, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the home team here, there will be no perfect season